union executives weighing on the revival of the Lucaya Strip. A local green school is taking their efforts in sustainability one step further, and the countdown to Junkanoo 2018 continues.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news, the bargaining agent for line staff at the island's anchor property is weighing in on the government's efforts to revive the Lucaya Strip. Sabrina Brown reports.
President of the Commonwealth Union of Hotel Services and Allied Workers, Michelle Dorsett, says the union is pleased that the government of the Bahamas continues to aggressively work to put hundreds of hotel workers back on the job. Dorsett says the recent announcement by Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis that a letter of intent has been signed between the owners of the Grand Lucayan Strip and Paul Wynn is good news not only for hotel workers but the entire island. She says, as stated to the media back in October, union officials remain confident that the government will make every effort to ensure that the Grand Lucayan is reopened in the shortest possible time, allowing hundreds of hotel workers to return to their jobs. The president notes that the hardworking and dedicated employees, many of whom are members of the Commonwealth Union, have endured much hardship since the passing of Hurricane Matthew 1 year ago. But now, the union is hopeful that they will be able to return to normal work schedules soon as a result of this step forward in the sale of the Grand Lucayan. She adds that following formal discussions with the Minister of Labor, Dion Folks, she is satisfied that the rights of workers will be protected. According to the statement released by the Prime Minister on the pending sale of Grand Lucayan last week, the government will now enter the approval stage and hold formal discussions with Paul Wynn on a heads of agreement, which will detail the future development of the hotel strip. The government, he says, expects this process to be completed within the next 2 months. They are hopeful that the redevelopment and opening of the entire strip will take place in early 2018. President Dorsett commends the Prime Minister and his administration for working diligently to get the Lucaya Strip back up and running and putting Grand Bahamas' economy back on track. Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
A company that provides a vital service in the Bahamas is addressing an issue that has gone viral on social media. Officials of Medical Air Services Association, also known as Massa Assist, say that the company, which has been in Grand Bahama for the past 22 years, was recently confused with another company that is no longer in operation. Office Manager at Massa in Grand Bahama, Jane Wilson, is clearing the air.
The Insurance Commission canceled Massa Insurance Company's license, and everybody in the Bahamas on social media think it's Medical Air Services Association or Massa Assist. We just like to let the public know that those two companies are unrelated. We are not Massa Insurance Company. We are Medical Air Services Association or Massa Assist. We're an emergency airlift company where we airlift you for better care out of the Bahamas or within the Bahamas.
Sales manager for Massa Bahamas and Turks and Caicos, Julian Moss, is assuring members of Massa Assist that their services are secure.
At no time were any of our members ever in jeopardy of losing that membership or our license being revoked. We're here to stay. We're legal. We're doing everything that the country has asked the government, and we want our members to know too that they're safe in the hands of Massa Assist.
Reverend Emmett Ware launching his 8th book recently titled Praying the Lord's Prayer Today. He says that he considers this his most significant publication because it covers such a vital subject. The book has been in the works for some 5 years, and Ware says he wants to help people understand the meaning of the Lord's Prayer and how to pray it reverently.
Every single word in the Lord's Prayer has tremendous meaning. You can't add to it in any way. You can't take away from it. and it's important that we should repeat it in the right way. Moreover, as we think about conditions in the world today, this prayer gives us all we need for living. There's reverence for God, there's provision for our daily needs, there's forgiveness, and there's the aspect of being able to resist temptation. So we have everything we need in the Lord's Prayer.
The book is available at local bookstores, and Ware says that the next step is to launch the book in the nation's capital. He shares one of the key chapters and principles of the book.
A lot of people have difficulty with lead us not into temptation, and this book explains exactly what it means by lead us not into temptation and how we should deal with temptation. Temptation perhaps is one of them, everybody faces at some time or the other temptation of some kind, and this of course is a prayer that we may resist temptation and able to do what is right.
Now in news from the crime beat, police on Grand Bahama are investigating a stabbing incident that has left a female hospitalized. Reports are that on Wednesday, December 27th, shortly before 8 p.m., a female entered the Rands Memorial Hospital with a knife wound to the upper body. She later reported that while at her residence, she was stabbed with a knife by a male family member. The victim was attended to by a doctor and is listed in stable condition. Police later arrested a 27-year-old male who is assisting with this investigation. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition continues in just a moment.